Hello everyone, in this video let's have a look at the SparkOS ROM version 12.3 for the Redmi Note 10 Pro. And it is based out of Android version 12 and it also has the latest Android security patch level as of now. But do note that this ROM does not come with Google Apps pre-installed, so you'll have to separately install them. I am using NICG apps and I'll leave a link to that in the description below. And here are the home screen settings that are available in this stock launcher. You can lock the layout, enable notification dots, and you can also enable all apps themed icons, and you also can allow the home screen rotation or use taskbar, but it kind of really takes up a lot of space at the bottom, so I disable that. And we have a show a grid of recent apps option. So basically here two grids, two apps will be shown on the left on per column. You can enable double tap to sleep, and you can also enable or disable the suggestions. And other than that, there's nothing special in the developer options. There's some confusing stuff, so I'll just skip that. And let's go in. Here are the quick settings. If you have a look at the quick settings here, initially it had this combined internet option, but you could split it into two using the settings like Wi-Fi and mobile data. I prefer it that way. And other than that, you can have a look. You can have refresh rate customization or ambient display option here. And from the ambient display, it reminds me that this ROM does come with always on display, but there's probably something wrong with it because most of the time it works fine, but other times I notice that the AOD starts blinking weirdly for some reason. I don't know why that happens. Maybe something's wrong with my proximity sensor, but I don't really think so because I did not face that in any other ROM. So here are the lock screen settings. Here is where you can customize the lock screen and also find the ambient music ticker as well as the always on display. You can also schedule that. As you can see here, this is a pretty handy feature. And apart from that, you have always show time and info option. Let's go back, and you can find here some usual options like live display, color calibration, reading mode, so that you have less strain on your eyes. You can change the colors profile, boosted or saturated. Boosted looks kind of nice. You can enable or disable tap to wake, pocket detection, or prevent accidental wake up. You can also force certain apps to increase to the full screen size. And let's go in further. First, let's go into the system settings. You'll find some gestures here, like you have quick tap start actions, like you can tap on the back of the phone for it to take screenshot, and it actually works pretty nicely. I've tried it on other rooms as well. And you can quickly open the camera, and here are the system navigation gesture options. And here you have the volume panel. Let me just set it to mute, and you can swipe to invoke the assistant. And as you can see here, you can change the customization level, the sensitivity level obviously here, and you can change the height that is used and the length of the pill, and you can change the pill radius as well. Let's keep everything to the small. And you can enable full screen gestures. It would basically hide the navigation bar pill and also the keyboard space at the bottom in case you would like that full screen experience. You also have the option for 2-button navigation and 3-button navigation, and you can invert the layout here, but I don't really use that. And you have one-handed mode, and it works pretty well as you can see here. So it would basically make stuff more accessible to you while using one hand like this. Let's go back. You can also enable a shortcut here if you often use it. Let's go back. You can swipe to screenshot, press and hold power button for different actions. You can playback control using the volume keys, and you also have the double tap option to check the phone, but I use always on display, so I don't really use that. And now let's go back into the holy grail of settings, and also know that this ROM comes with a face unlock option as well, which is pretty awesome. And here are certain Monet engine customizations. As you can see here, you can force black background colors, and this has gone to basically pitch black. So that's something that is not available on all the ROMs, and some people have been asking about it in the comment section. So if you have any other requests for me to show certain features, you can comment that down below. Let's go back. So as you can see here, the font changed, and we have certain icon pack options. So let me just quickly change that to Kai because it is easily visible. So as you can see here on the status bar, it has changed, and you can customize the status bar icon style. You can change the icon shape basically here, and as you can see here, the icon shape changed. Let's go in further. You can change the navigation style as well, but I do not use the navigation bar style, so I have hidden that. And you can change the settings layout as well. I don't know if I want to restart it in case the recording gets affected, so but let's try. Oh, so it kind of became like how it looks on OnePlus devices, so that's something different. And here we have some other stuff. You can just have a look at it, like you can show the brightness slider at the bottom, show brightness slider in QQS, as you can see here, so it will always show. You can also choose to show the footer text. Okay, let's set it to Spark. As you can see here, it showed up, and you have running services icon shortcut and material dismiss button. So here is the running services button. Let's go back, and here are a few custom lock screen settings. You can change it to different styles, and you can enable wallpaper zoom as well. Show charging info. This is a pretty handy feature. You can enable quick setting pull down and other stuff, so you can just read it. It's nothing really special as such. You can pause and have a look if you want to go in deeper. You can pulse. As you can see here, you have ambient pulse, center mirrored, vertical mirror, that kind of stuff. And now let's go back. You have the status bar customization options. You can hide or show certain status bar icons, and you also have status bar traffic indicator option. You can customize how the date looks. You can put it to the center, put it as AM or PM, and also show up date and change the date style, as you can see here. So it got pretty messed up because there's too much stuff visible here, so you should probably arrange that according to the settings you have, or it could get messed up. You can choose to show the logo, but it doesn't really matter. And you can have the battery bar as well, and you can change the thickness. And other than that, you have a notification count option as well, and you have mic and privacy indicator, which you could disable as well, but I generally keep it enabled because it's good to know which apps are using my mic access or my face at that current time. As you can see here, you have certain options, and my status bar has become really cluttered. And here are gestures. We already had a look at these particular gestures, so let's go back, and you can long press to enable a torch, and you can use volume rocker to turn on the device. And you also have the option for partial screenshots. So if you click here and then take a screenshot, you have the option. Okay, so there's short click thing. Yeah, so this time I just click short, and this time I would take a partial screenshot, but if I take a longer one, then it will take a complete screenshot. Let's go back, and here are notification light options or battery light options, but we don't really have an LED bar there. And you have certain CRT or scale stuff, and you have ambient edge lighting as well. So basically lights will pop on the edges of the display when you get a new notification. You have kill app button. You can take full screenshots, or you can take a partial screenshot. We also have game space. You can enable gaming mode, in which you can add a gaming list, or you could go back and just enable notification overlay. You can no ringing, disable swipe gestures, and do note that by default this can only go up to 40 FPS on PUBG, so it does not have that mod by default for the 90 FPS that was available on the Siberia ROM. So you can go check that ROM out from my channel. I have made a video with gameplay of PUBG as well there. And you have certain other customization like launch music app on headset connection. You can block ads with modify host files and allow application degrade. So as you can see here, there are a lot of features, and you can customize the power menu here as well. Now let me just show you these options. While I talk about the battery life has been pretty good for me. So with always on display enabled, I'm getting around 5.5 hours of screen on time with heavy usage with a VPN connected all the time. But other than that, it has been pretty smooth sailing. The performance has been excellent. The room is very smooth, no issues with that. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it, click on the like button and also subscribe to my channel for more such videos. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye, take care.